All right, Shalom.
Um,
All right, first and foremost, we have to give all the praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashem,
Hashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh Shai,
Bahashem,
Hashem,
Rakah Kadash.
Rakakadash.
All right, double honors and respect to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, who well and taught us His truth. We'd also like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elected in 1/3, Jesus Bar Salah.
Brother Brock.
All right, in today's lesson, we're going to be talking about so not this one. We're going to be talking about Amalek, right? The blue and white state, the tiny tops, right? How they're basically how they're using Oracle, owned by another tiny top, not the commandeering TikTok, right? Right, because basically, the truth is being told on these, on these damn devils too, right? Which goes into that Inquisition, right? They're being exposed, for being the problem of the earth, right? That's why Amalek, right? As you see Benjamin Netanyahu, not a you, who not a Jewish. As he's gonna say he basically plans to weaponize TikTok for his own goals, right? So before we start the video, we're gonna open up with a precept, and then of course we're gonna read the copyright disclaimer. So this is the book of Second Thessalonians chapter 2, starting at verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord Yahweh shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, right? And that starts with the prophets, the apostles and elders on down. And the brothers preaching this word in truth and sincerity, and preaching the correct doctrine, and shall destroy him with the brightness of his coming, and that's gonna be Yahweh Shai, man. The fathership, man. Once these nuclear missiles start flying after they roll out, with the MOTB, that micro C hip, man. Man, that's when the Lord's gonna beam up his elect, out of Babylon and the mixed multitude, from the four corners of the earth, man. We're gonna be changing them spiritual bodies, man, and then we're gonna come down and destroy these fucking devils, and put all these heathen nations and Esau into captivity, man, and establish the kingdom on earth as it is in heaven, as it says in the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai's prayer, man. All right, so now we're gonna get the copyright disclaimer. All right, disclaimer. The copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So with that out of the way, we're going to play the video. I'm going to start from the beginning.
Fuck this guy, and if you know what he just said, you would be upset too. He just said, as of yesterday to be exact, that this beloved app of ours is going to be the primary weapon used for the blue and white state.
So the great TikTok panic is over. The US government has saved Americans from the evil Chinese algorithm. You can all sleep soundly now, knowing your data is safe in the hands of, let me check, Larry Ellison, the second richest man in the world and the single biggest private donor to the Israeli Defense Forces. Oh, and did I mention that Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu himself called TikTok the most important weapon for his agenda? This isn't about national security. It's a corporate coup, a hostile takeover of your timeline. They didn't ban a propaganda machine. They're turning the one platform that was actually showing you the truth into a propaganda machine. Let's get into it.
I want you to listen to what Benjamin Netanyahu just said about the sale of TikTok.
But we have to fight with the weapons that apply to the battlefields in which we're engaged. And the most important ones are in social media. And the most important purchase that is going on right now is class. TikTok. TikTok, number one. And I hope it goes through because it can be consequential.
If that man
All right, so I'm just gonna stop it right there. So Like we'll play the rest of it later, but like you literally just heard this fucking devil Amalek, right? This devil, he's not even hiding anymore, man. He says he plans to weaponize this. He basically plans to weaponize his social media to push out his propaganda, and he's namely going to use TikTok. And again, the reason why he's doing that is because these people around the world, man, they expose him, for the damn terror he is, man. That's why like during that UN conference, like what was it, over 70%, of the members, walked out on BB Milkowski, when he got on stage, man. It goes to show you, man, like the Lord is making these people, small among the nations, right? And let's get that. I have made the small among the This is the book of Obadiah. Actually, let's start at verse 1. This is the book of Obadiah, Obadiah 1, starting at verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is set among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Right, that's why you heard that one devil. It's echoing. It's so lucky, but you heard that one, that one devil saying that oh no, pacifism is stupid. Pacifism is a threat. We should be on the offensive. Basically saying they're getting ready for war. They about to to commit war crimes, right? Right, that's why he's rallying all the generals, to prepare for battle, because this is Esau's last hurrah, before he goes into captivity, right? Now here's the main point in verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen; thou art greatly despised, right? And a lot of people, including their own people, man, don't like this damn devil Esau, man. Man, they see this man, for the terror and the threat he is, to basically, world, quote unquote, to basically, not quote unquote, Slocky, to basically world peace, man. Ever since this devil got into rulership, man, the earth hasn't been at rest since, man. They nothing but been but constant wars and bombing. And now this damn devil, he's getting ready to lose, because not only did is this devil cutting off all his allies, and his resources, in attempts, to implement his new digital system, his new digital ID system, the MARK, that Karagma, his NWO. Oh, because he's trying to do all that, man, like this damn devil, he ended up pushing away all his allies. That's why they're all gonna turn against him, because they see that he's trying to implement this system, right? And of course that's eventually gonna fucking backfire on him, horrendously. So as we get closer to the MOTB, man. And you just gonna see a lot of things go south, man. For this damn devil. That's why this man's getting ready, to censor the internet, which is why he's planning to buy TikTok, because ultimately, this damn devil, he doesn't want this truth going out, right? So let's get that scripture on the Inquisition. In All right, this is Second Ezra chapter 6 verse 19, and I will begin to make inquisition on them, and what they have to hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled, right? Right, that's happening today, like this, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this happened during the time of Antiochus, or under the Greek captivity, but this is happening today. in modern Babylon the Great, or the second leg of that of the Roman Empire, everyone, including his own people, are starting to question this damn devil. That's why, Esau, he's sending out all these false flags, like the CK incident, all these mass shootings, train stabbings, and all this madness, to distract from the fact that, that this man is causing iniquity across the whole world, right? Like what the like the whole Epstein thing is still unanswered. More stuff might come out on that. And the fact that that this devil, right, is trying to is trying to overthrow countries like Venezuela, and putting tariffs on like the global South, like Brazil, is because because they're no longer being dependent on the on on the U.S. reserve currency, right? They're dropping all their U.S. debt, so therefore, right, like no money is circulating back to the U.S. Therefore, that's why you see all these prices starting to hike up, right? And this is all planned by the elites to to crash that dollar, so they can roll out with that MOTV. So yeah, so all right, so so you ultimately you're gonna see stuff change real quick, man. We're continuing with the video.
Man is describing this as consequential. If that man is excited about this, that should tell you everything you need to know about the American government's plans for what they're going to do to the TikTok algorithm for US users once it's in their hands.
Exactly. When a man wanted by the ICC for war crimes gets this excited about a social media deal, you should be terrified. Netanyahu didn't just say it was consequential. In a meeting with pro-Israeli influencers, he literally called social media the most important weapon to secure our base in the US. He's not even hiding it. He sees TikTok's 1.5 billion users and the fact that 30% of Americans get their news from this app as a strategic asset to be controlled. The mask is completely off. This was never about protecting you. It was about controlling what you see. Now let's check out some comments. America first, but Israel firstest. The TikTok ban had nothing to do with China. He hates TikTok because we can see what he's doing. He's openly talking about manipulating the media. Red Note and Skylight. Let's all go back to Red Note. So he's the president of the US?
很多的犹太团体盯着 TikTok 上面支持加沙走廊的70%，然后对不起，支持以色列不到1%，70-1。
So even on TikTok, man, they don't even support Israel. Not even 1%, man. And 70% is being supported to Gaza is because they can basically see all the G side happening there, man.
你说犹太人怎么受得了 ？TikTok 无意中就得罪犹太人，犹太人的力量在美国绝对比川普更可怕。对了。所以现在一发动了，你看两党都赞成了，为什么？以前两党不做，你吵来吵去吗？没什么吵了，就是犹太力量在后面推。因为那为什么会弄出说，要么你收摊子，要么你卖给美国人？其实不是，卖给犹太财团。就没事了。
TikTok is currently showing the truth about Gaza, and that terrifies the Israeli government. That 70-1 ratio in support of Palestine isn't because of Chinese propaganda, it's because people are seeing unfiltered footage of what's actually happening. TikTok has been the one platform where Palestinians can tell their own stories without Western media gatekeepers. And that's exactly what Netanyahu wants to destroy. The key players here are billionaires like Larry Ellison and Rupert Murdoch, who have a long history of supporting right-wing Israeli policy. This is about billionaires buying a platform to silence the truth. Let's check out some comments. Kim Jong-un says, TikTok had...
And you best believe they're all going to use the same they're all going to use the same quote unquote policy. The sense of the truth, man.
It's fallen. When China knows your scams, then you know there is nowhere to hide your genocide. How can I download RedNote? I hope everyone has been practicing their Mandarin. I'll see you all on RedNote. Please don't blame TikTok. It is the US president who is forcing the sale of TikTok. President elected by American voters. If you truly want free speech, go and appeal to the Congress members in your districts and both political parties. Tom Pell says, imagine paying $14 billion and then finding out everyone has left.
Well, it's official. Pro-MAGA, pro-Israel billionaire Larry Ellison is about to get control of TikTok. They're going to have to license a U.S. algorithm. Oracle's also signing a $20 billion deal, cloud computing deal with Meta. So it seems like they're going to have complete control over the entire social media network and algorithm and just completely control all the information that you're getting this way now. So this was cool while it lasted.
Larry Ellison isn't just some random billionaire. He's a man who once referred to Israel as his own country and is the IDF's biggest private benefactor. His company, Oracle, which now gets to be TikTok's security provider, has deep, long-standing contracts with the US defense and intelligence communities. So let's recap. A pro-Israel, pro-MAGA billionaire with deep state ties now controls the algorithm that feeds news to a third of the country. This isn't just a conflict of interest, it's the definition of a captured platform. It's a vertically integrated propaganda machine, from the cloud infrastructure to the algorithm to the content you scroll through at 2 a.m. Let's check out more comments. In fairness to MAGA, Obama and AOC are pro-Israel too. Scatman says, America supports and supplies the weapons to Israel. America is responsible. I'll be deleting the app when they take over. It's just gonna turn into another Truth Social, RedNote and Skylight. Back to RedNote, everyone. That's what really freaked them out last time. I am out as soon as it takes effect. I say we stick together and kick this app to the curb. Make them all regret buying a dead app.
Fuck this guy, and if you know what he just said, you would be upset too. He just said, as of yesterday to be exact, that this beloved app of ours is going to be the primary weapon used for the blue and white state. No. I don't think so, pal. You're treading on thin ice, buddy. You see, this app was designed for millions, well, billions of people across the globe, but millions of people in America that use it for their business, to make an income, to put food on the table for their families, people that want to share truth in the news and stay connected, for people to build a community and online friendships, for people to have a sense of belonging, for people to enjoy a hobby, X, Y, and Z, not as a weapon for propaganda against Americans. So you have a whole nother thing coming. And if you think that you're gonna be successful in this, I can guarantee you that you are wrong.
TikTok has been one of the major platforms where you can actually see unfiltered content about Gaza, where Palestinian voices aren't being suppressed by Western media algorithms. The US government's entire argument was that the Chinese government could use TikTok to influence Americans, but they never actually did. Meanwhile, Netanyahu is openly admitting on camera that his government will use it for that exact purpose. He said it himself. TikTok is a weapon to battle for public opinion. The hypocrisy is just staggering. And here are some comments. Sunray says, that's what they did with Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, Fox News, and CNN. No surprise. Article 5 now. See y'all on Chinese TikTok. He is worried USA citizens are waking up like the rest of the world. Authenticity is a weapon? The app will die as soon as all the content gets filtered. China will build another app for free for all content again. It's really that simple. Thunder says, I'd rather TikTok die than letting Israel have it because they will restrict it and play a bunch of Israel propaganda. Norto says, TikTok was promised to him 2,000 years ago. Now here are some comments from you guys from the last video. Israel is a dying regime. They just don't know it yet. As a Canadian, I will always boycott and fight against Israel and America. The USA is the reason why Netanyahu is confident. It's clear that Israel owns the USA. It's the end of the USA and Israel. 4 new countries might emerge from the collapse of the USA.
So when people have been saying that TikTok is going to be taken over by the Jews and the Jews are going to control the algorithm and control the way Americans think and all of that, I've seen videos and people thought in the comment section that people were reaching, they were being a little bit too crazy or assuming a little bit too much. Well, Benjamin Netanyahu just came out, and I don't know if he knew like the mic was hot. He came out and said that they are purchasing or TikTok so that they can control influencers, to get influencers to go along with what they want. And what they want is to control the minds of Americans so that Americans don't question Israel anymore. So you mean to tell me Israel or Benjamin Netanyahu is that confident in himself that he can dictate how Americans receive their social media? This is further proof that Israel runs the United States. United States doesn't run itself. Israel runs the United States. They're letting that little country dictate what the people are going to be able to consume. That's insane. That's insanity. When Benjamin Netanyahu takes, I might get rid of TikTok. I'm being real. Like, that's crazy. That is insane. And our president is allowing it.
When the prime minister of a foreign country can...
Oh, and let me get a quick precept on that. And, all right, so this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 4. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahshai Sabaoth, oath, meaning his armies, right? So we know that cruel lord is undoubtedly Caesar Nero. But let me ask you this: who's Caesar Nero taking his orders from? Like because when he was president the first time, DJT, like he wasn't really acting like this. Babylon was somewhat normal or whatever, right? Even though it was getting progressively worse, but but now in his second term in office, right, he's acting more cruel, right? Sending out his ICE agents, gathering the Northern Kingdom and now the Southern Kingdom and other heathens and even his own people, man, that don't agree with this regime. Who's he acting on behalf, man? Well, he's acting on behalf of them small, Slocky, the blue and white state, the tiny tops, man. Man, he's taking barking orders from BB Milkowski, man. That's that also played. And they also played into the cruel Lord, because ultimately, man, it's Amalek that runs everything, right? And it says here in the book of Numbers. Numbers 24 verse 20, it says here, when I looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter edge shall be that he perish forever, right? And that's why Amalek's playing, as you saw BB Milkowski said of his own damn mouth, he's playing to weaponize TikTok, right? And that's a part of Satan's devices, as the brother Yahweh put right here. Unless you want to say something else, but okay.
Yeah, I got something to say. I'm gonna follow scripture.
Let me get this out since the brother Yalsop already posted it. So this is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, right? And now Esau's making it well known, man. Amalek, BB Milkowski, he's making it well known that he's playing to weaponize social media, right? So these damn devils, right? They're all around, man. You see them getting ready for war. They're not hiding anymore. You seeing their horns come out, man. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, no, you good, brother. Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, go ahead, Doc.
the book of Revelation 2:9, it says, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know that the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. So for who that is referring to, these these people, they are the synagogue of Satan, and that goes into that scripture, less sin not got an advantage of us because we're not ignorant of his devices. And this is exactly what he's trying to do. He's trying to find more ways to control, have, power.
Is and one thing I like to clarify with that Ak, and I don't know if if you caught up with this, but like before the brothers did use this, to reference the small hats, but this is mainly talking about the Pharisees, right? Right, like the scripture right here, like that's what the brothers have been talking about. Like, now is it wrong for you to say that? Actually, let me not say anything, because the brothers, I've heard the elders, and the brothers say, no, don't use this scripture, to talk about the small hats, because that's not really what it's referring to. It was actually talking about the Pharisees, right? But however, BB Milkowski, the small hats over there in the blue white state close to Palestine, they actually do fulfill this scripture where it says, is this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36, verse 2. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, because the enemy has said against you, aha! Even the ancient high places are ours and our possession. Right? And who says that catchphrase, aha? Well, it's Amalek, man. There's some small hats. That's, man, and them high, and of course that high place is talking about the Holy Land. Yasharallah. Be, all right, and all right. The next verse says, therefore prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because thou have made you desolate and swallowed you up on every side, that ye might be a possession unto the residue of the heathen, and ye are taken up in the lips of talkers, and are in infamy of the people. Therefore ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, to the mountains and to the hills, to the rivers and to the valleys, to the desolate waste, to the cities that are forsaken, which became a prey and derision to the residue of the heathen that are round about. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, surely in the fire of my jealousy I have spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea. All you Edomites, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of their heart and with the spiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. So the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man, he's getting ready to overthrow you damn devils, man. Now that you all found out, man. Now that you're all telling yourselves, right? Jumping back to Revelation 13, man. Going back to to that two horns of a lamb that spake as a dragon, right? And now you motherfuckers are speaking as a dragon, because now everyone sees through your bullshit. Everyone sees through your left right paradigm. All right, Revelation 13 verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Going to his draconian measures, and that's what we're about to roll out right now. They about to roll out their martial law, their troops, and eventually, man, they gonna roll out with that MOTV, right? Once there's chaos, man, Jacob's trouble ensues. Slocky, not this video.
And openly celebrate the capture of a major media platform to push his agenda, and the US government facilitates it, you have a serious problem. The deal was a quote-unquote fire sale at $14 billion, a fraction of what it's actually worth. Why? Because it's not a business deal, it's a geopolitical power play. And what's truly insane is how this could backfire. Netanyahu is so focused on controlling the American narrative that he seems to be forgetting who his country's biggest trading partner is. Hint, it's not the US. And now comments. Hey man, no one's going to be on this app at that point. They're just going to waste $48 billion, and I'm here for it. Soon I will delete it. It's already a done deal, and we can see if the algorithm has changed. The main reason for Oracle to buy it is to control it, or destroy it. But either way, they want to silence the majority. Even some people don't believe it, no matter if they heard it from the man himself. Ask yourself why the other apps aren't an issue. Facebook, Instagram, Snap, etc. Israel started by buying the politicians. If you hear Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio speak, they always defend Israel. TikTok was the one platform where you could actually see what's happening in Gaza without Western media filters. It was the platform where inconvenient truths were going viral, and now they've handed it to a consortium of billionaires with a clear political agenda to silence those truths. Don't forget to hit subscribe and like. And until next time, bye.
All right. All right. So we're gonna get see these last few precepts. All right, this is the book of Daniel, chapter 8, verse 25. And through his policy, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. He shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. And that's exactly what the fuck's about to happen, man. You see these motherfuckers out there, saying peace through strength, right? That's why they should start being the aggressor again, right? Well, once they start doing that, right? Once you see chaos on the streets, once they roll with that MOTV, man, that's when that's what they're gonna ultimately gonna lose, man. So man, Esau, man, he's getting ready to pounce, like, right? Right? That's why us brothers and few sisters, man. That's why we should get our spirits ready, but before they before they shut down this truth, man, because that famine of the word is coming, right? This whole them buying up TikTok thing. That's that's a start for them. To censor this truth, and if you look back in this video, right, let's go back to that article. Right here, yeah, right here. It says here, add Rupert Murdoch, head of media conglomerate news report Fox News, a perennial cleric of anti-Israel bias, right? In the media of and who 2024 said Israel is alone on the front of Western democratic civilization. Also, Elton's right hand oracle on right hand at Oracle Israel. American Safar Katz, great friend of President Trump, who has traveled to Israel several times since October 7, 2023, supportive of its war and continuing Oracle partnerships there. In the July appearance in Israel, told an audience that we at Oracle are on the side of freedom. We are on the side of democracy. She followed that with some of the best people in the world are here in Israel, and there is no question about that. And everyone knows that some of the big winners will be here. Mark my words. So basically, right. The main point I want to get is the word anti-Israel bias, right? So who are they gonna mainly use that against, man? They gonna use that against the one speaking against the truth, man. Which are the prophets, man, the apostles and those and the brothers on down. They're mainly speaking against Israel, man. And that's why the famine of the word is gonna happen, right?
I was gonna say that you can already see it in some places. You know, the brothers that are posting videos on Instagram or even sometimes YouTube. Some of them take either way too long to load or they don't load at all, and they're videos that are specifically geared towards exposing this devil. So you're gonna start to see more and more that these videos won't even upload. Sometimes you can't
Yeah,
even repost them.
that's the way they censor things. They're not even because you had that guy, Mark Z, Mark Zuck. He basically said, we're removing all censorship, but deep down, they're not gonna actually do that. They're just gonna find ways to masquerade that, using maybe a video that had the text a certain word. They're just not gonna even let it upload. You know.
And notice how this devil in the beginning, before everybody voted for him last year. He acted like he was such a good man. He was, telling all these sweet nut lies. The devil masquerades himself as an angel of light. And then he shows his true colors, man. And that's why we here, at this camp, say time and time again, never trust E, no matter what, because he rusteth like iron, as the scriptures say.
Brothers, that's right. Esau, man, like like, and I've noticed this as well. On top of the censorship, I've had people, people in my previous videos, like they'll comment and say like, oh brother, your mic is too low, or like they can barely hear me. But like in certain other videos, like especially when I talk about the wickedness of our own people, like 2/3, right? That's when the audio becomes extra crispy, right? Like you could hear the audio loud and clear here, versus other videos where it's more geared towards exposing this devil, putting that shameful spewing on Esau. That's when they turn on that audio, right? Right? So this basically goes to show you, man, that that this devil is getting ready to lose, man. Like it's it's like it's showing Esau's fucking hypocrisy of of him saying, oh, we're freedom of speech, we're gonna remove censorship when the exact opposite is happening, right? When his own people are exposing his ass, man. And and another piece of that I want to get out if it comes back, right. That's yeah, so like I remember now. That's why Esau, man, with this whole internet censorship, right, right, that's why he's getting ready to throw the apostles and those and us brothers, into these prisons, right, as it says in the book of Revelation. All right, Revelation 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. So that's any number of days, right? Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. That's that's why, man. Especially now on the Day of Atonement, man. That's why we pray to Yahweh that he gives us the strength to endure, because this damn devil, he's about to come down hard on us, man. This man does not want to give up his kingdom, right? Right, this devil is in his last hurrah, right? And I'm gonna end off with Revelation 12:12. All right, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, man, Esau, Edom, is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth he hath but a short time. All right, so so with that, we're gonna end off the lesson there. Hope this was edifying to you, Akim, and you feel Akwath. And with that, we like to say, Call Halayim La, Abanawa,
Yahweh,
Yahweh, Ba
Yahweh,
Hashem,
Hashem,
Yahweh
Yahushai,
Shai, Ba Hashem,
Hashem,
Ruka Kadash.
Rukakadash.
All right, double honors and respect to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, who well and taught us his truth. We'd also like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect, and the 1/3. This is Brother Salah.
Brother Brock.
And with that, we have to say Shalom.
Shalom.